What's going on, everyone? This is Derek Clavin, and welcome back to episode 13 of How to Practice Jazz Guitar Efficiently. And I want to say that even though today is unlucky number 13, you guys are actually going to get lucky today because you won't have to listen to a ton of me rambling today like I've been doing in the last couple episodes. It's already been done in regards to this topic. So today's hopefully going to be quick and more to the point, and I'm just going to demonstrate 3 examples of things that you could do that I think you're really going to enjoy. And if you like these examples, the music for them will all be available on my website. The links will be in the description, and obviously they will also be on Patreon, where again for only $5 a month you get all the PDFs from all the videos, so it's really worth checking out. Alright, now these examples that I'm going to show you today, 2 of them are going to be what I said I was going to show you in the last episode, but just decided to hold off because that was getting way too long. And again, this is just to kind of give you more examples of what we were talking about, just so that it furthers your understanding. And the more examples you see, like I always say, or the more you study, the more you get a genuine sense of the big picture of how all this stuff works. Alright? And then the last example will be of something else that you may want to work out as far as acquiring material is concerned. It's still in the chordal category, but we haven't talked about it yet. But there won't be a whole lot more really to say on it at all. I'm going to just talk about it very briefly, and then I'll get into the example, and then that will be it. Alright? And also, just so you guys are aware, in case you're curious, after today's episode, the next episode, I'm pretty certain is going to be the last one in regards to this whole topic of acquiring musical material, and from there we should be moving forward. So just so you guys know, I know it's been a ton of information, so thanks for sticking with me again. And also, I just wanted to say, like I usually do before we get into the rest of the video, if this is the first video you've ever seen on this channel before, I highly recommend you go back to episode 1 and watch all of them in order and take your time with it. But trust me, there's a lot of stuff that you may not even know are in these videos if you actually go through them and check them out. And that's because I can admit, I suck at titling these videos for you guys, but honestly, I think that's because when I'm thinking of titles, usually I'm more so considering, you know, how to teach you guys jazz guitar and what I think authentically pertains to what I'm talking about versus considering YouTube strategy and how to get you guys to click on it.
Why, what are you, stupid? What's the matter with you? I apologize. What's the matter with you?
But I promise you there's a lot of good stuff in all these videos, so I would really recommend checking them out. Alright, so like I said, these first 2 examples are going to be just demonstrating the same things that we were talking about in the last episode, and I'm not going to really break them down or nothing today. If you want to check out the music, you could do that, obviously, and if you're not sure, you know, how I'm deriving the stuff that I'm playing, the last couple episodes really give you an in-depth explanation in terms of how I'm thinking about doing all that, and this is really for compositional purposes anyway. So like I said, these other 2 examples are also going to be jazz blues examples because you can never learn enough blues when it comes to jazz. So the first one is going to be another Charlie Parker tune. This one is called Passport, and you should listen to it if you're not familiar with it, obviously, and I'll play the melody for you just so you can hear it. This is in the key of C, so it goes like this. Like that. Alright? So, I'm going to comp it a little bit more up-tempo, but, you know, just keep that melody in mind, and I'm going to count you in so you can hear the time, and check it out. Actually, you know what? I didn't think of this before, but I'm going to actually generally sing along with the melody as I'm doing the comp for you guys, just so you can see how it kind of fits and feels against the melody. Alright? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the the next example is going to be the John Coltrane Blues, Bessie's Blues, and he plays this in E flat, but I'm going to play it in C. Chick Corea plays this in C, but this one, in case you don't know it, the melody goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So, here's my comp. I'm going to count you in, generally sing along with it. I really like this one, and I like the voicings. In my opinion, even if things are on different string sets and versions, most of the stuff here are stock voicings, but there is definitely one that I would consider truly unconventional, but hey, if you can't hear it, you can check it out in my store. So, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it again. Do 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 Okay. Okay, so for this last example now, I just wanted to show you something else that you could do, or a certain kind of material that you may want to develop that you can inevitably work on. And as far as chordal stuff goes, pretty much everything that we've been talking about in the last couple of videos has all been geared towards comping in one way or another. But there's other things that you could use chordal or polyphonic things for as well, obviously. So one of those things would be solo guitar arrangements. So I want to demonstrate that. And this isn't really a video on how to, write or, arrange things for solo guitar, but if you've been watching the last couple of videos, I really don't think that there's that much necessarily more to know. I mean, sure, you can go into detail about it, but it's really just combining everything that we've talked about. So the two main approaches that we've talked about, one really has you considering more of like the low end and the downbeats and the grounding, of everything, where the other thing has you considering the melody. And it's like bass and melody, basically. So those are the two most important things to consider if you're going to put a little solo arrangement together, because you need to hold down the low end, you need to play the melody. And what happens in the middle will hopefully be related to the harmony of the tune. So that's really the only strategy that I have when I'm composing solo guitar arrangements, and I'm basically using all the knowledge that I basically was talking about in the last couple of videos, like I said. So I'm going to demonstrate a little arrangement that I made for you guys, and this is of the Elmo Hope tune. The tune is called Happy Hour, and if you don't know Elmo Hope, he's a great piano player, and he was right in there with like Bud Powell and Monk. And this tune actually reminds me a lot of like a Bud Powell composition, which is funny because when I was looking for versions of other people potentially playing this tune, of course I find Pasquale Grasso played this tune and he plays it incredibly, of course. But yeah, it's a cool little tune and it's very diatonic. What's happening harmonically is very simple and not a whole lot going on, but it's what you do with it that makes it great. So I thought this was a cool one to work out an arrangement for, and I think I'm going to play this one with a drum loop just to add another, layer of texture, of enjoyment or whatever, which again, I know I'm weird. I think it's kind of funny because this is supposed to be a solo guitar arrangement, and yet I want to play this with the drum loop. And then when I was demonstrating the things that are played or meant to be played in like a rhythm section or whatever, I end up playing those solos, so go figure, but whatever. But I hope you enjoy this. go. So we're gonna leave it there for today. And, like I said, next episode, we're just going to have one more episode where we talk about acquiring musical material, and it really won't be a whole lot to it. And then, finally, after that, we're going to start going into some other topics, so you should get excited. So, if you have any comments or questions, please put them in the comment section. And if you like this video, I would appreciate giving it a like. Consider subscribing and becoming a contributor to Patreon, of course. And I will see you guys in episode 14.
Swinging and playing the blues. That's what we about.
I try to help you.